Hey Merfolk fans, I'm Joe. Thanks very much for joining me today. If you'd like to support my channel, please check the link to my Patreon page in the upper right hand corner. So I'm here with another modern queue, testing my Simic Merfolk, really aggressive build. It's been so much fun so far. Let's see how the opening hand looks. I won the die roll. Let's see. So this is a really weird hand. If you treat these Aether Vials like lands, it's, I guess, sort of a keep. I don't know. It's a little bit weird. I decided to keep it, I think. And the opponent mulliganed to 6. Gotta see what they did with their scry. They kept, and they put it on top. So, island into Aether Vial, pass the turn. Temple of Deceit, so we're playing against Ad Nauseam. We're gonna want to keep this open, I guess, because there'll be a lot of scrying. I'll put a card on top. Aether Vial go to 1. Lord is a great draw. We really didn't want to hit more Aether Vials. So we'll play our second Aether Vial and pass the turn. We could have hit a land there, but gas is okay too. Serum Visions. We see top and bottom. City of Brass for another Serum Visions. Now I could have countered this with Cursecatcher, but I need some pressure, so I'm gonna let these resolve. Opponent takes 1 from his City of Brass. And let's see, goes top bottom again. So end step, Cursecatcher, we'll get to take both of our Aether Vials up on our upkeep. And maybe a land this turn? 4th Aether Vial. Oh, that's just pretty bad. Play that Aether Vial. There's no reason not to. Ad Nauseam doesn't really do anything to interact with us. So I am going to play the Mimic ahead of everything, so no reason to bring it in yet. One plays another City of Brass, takes more damage. Here's a Laboratory Maniac. Interesting to see this guy get played out pretty quickly. One taking 2 damage to land that guy. And I will jam my Mimic with Aether Vial. Take up a couple of my Aether Vials. Take up all of them, actually. Well, no, 2, 2, and 1 is what I'm going for here, I think. Spreading Seas might be okay if I had another land, but I don't. Or didn't, I guess, since this is a replay. Gonna get in for attacks. It's really all I can do. And I guess I'll push some damage by bringing in the Island Walk Lord. Opponent goes down to 11. It's pretty healthy life total. The Lord enters as a 3/3. Opponent's going Angel's Grace here. So it's split second. We can't do anything about it. And Spoils of the Vault. So we cannot we can't counter this with Cursecatcher. Let's go ahead and read Spoils of the Vault. Choose a card name. Now it says reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a card with that name. Then put that card into your hand. Exile all other cards revealed this way, and you lose 1 life for each of the exiled cards. Now, the opponent has cast Angel's Grace, so he cannot die to Spoils of the Vault. He can go to negative infinity life. I'm not quite sure how this interacts with Laboratory Maniac, because say that he names Laboratory Maniac. He knows maybe that there's only 1 Laboratory Maniac in the deck, and he won't draw it. But it says, then put that card into your hand. So let's go ahead and let him resolve this. It's kind of cool because I've never seen this combination before. So Simian Spirit Guide. What happened there? So okay, so he did his whole deck down to 0, and then he didn't cast anything after Spoils of the Vault. And it says that, okay, that's just a reveal. But then he won the game by drawing a card while there were no cards in his library. So I guess Spoils of the Vault acts like a card draw. Unless this is an MTGO bug, let me know if you guys have seen this interaction before. It doesn't seem like he should just outright win the game here. It seems like he should have to cast a Serum Visions or something like that, because this doesn't say draw a card. So Laboratory Maniac only says if you would draw a card. So I don't know, it seems like a bug to me. But we lost game one, but kind of cool that it happened in a way that I haven't seen before. So look away if you don't want to see the match result. I'm going to click out of this window now. Back with game two, I will be on the play. Hopefully we don't get 4 Aether Vials again. Let's go ahead and look at my sideboarding plan. This is something I need to do more often in these replays for you guys. So let's see what I took out. I took out 4 Harbingers, took out 4 Spreading Seas. That opens up 8 spots. I'm going to bring in, let's see, 3 Dispels, 3 Natural State, and 2 Ceremonious Rejections. I don't want all 3. They have a bunch of artifacts, but it's not crucial that we counter them. It just helps. And 3 just seems like overloading. So 2 Ceremonious Rejections, 3 Dispels, and 3 Natural States to blow up. Now, the best use of Natural State in this matchup is if the opponent has Phyrexian Unlife and they cast Ad Nauseam, going down to like negative whatever, you can blow up the Unlife while they're at a negative life total, and they just die as soon as they get priority, because the Unlife protection goes away. So yeah, Natural State, I'm very happy to have that in the sideboard. Dispel is amazing because it counters Spoils of the Vault and Ad Nauseam. And yeah, Ceremonious Rejection, just a little bit extra value. And Spreading Seas and Harbinger of the Tides don't really contribute anything. So the deck gets much better post-board. This is a solid opening hand. No counter magic, but definitely a good plan A hand. Sanctum into Cursecatcher. Opponent kept their 7, and looks like they accidentally passed priority. Almost messed up there. Sleight of hand, I've got no interest in countering that. I really need to just push some damage. Natural State, happy to see some of my sideboard action. I'll go ahead and play an Island and Metallic Mimic, hopefully making my subsequent creatures beefier. I'll swing for 1 with Cursecatcher. And so the opponent suspended a Lotus Bloom. That's a potential target for Natural State. Okay, we see a Scryland here. Let's go ahead and see what the opponent did with the Scry. Bottom, so that bodes well for us. What is this happening here? So Simian Spirit Guide, City of Brass for Pentad Prism. All right. So they're going for it, but we can blow that up with Natural State. Silvergill Adept means, yeah, we'll cast that with Mutavault and Natural State, the Pentad Prism. So go ahead and draw a card. Metallic Mimic, it's a creature, it's gas. We'll attack now. Not the beefiest attack, but still pretty solid. I mean, if Metallic Mimic was another Lord or something, we would just be doing 4 instead of 3. Not a huge difference. And then second main, before the opponent can do anything with the mana from Pentad Prism next turn, just gonna take them off of that. All right, so great. Slowing down their ramp. Let's check. I think this should have 1 more suspend counter on it. Yeah, so that'll come in next turn. Another Scryland, a lot of scrying. Again went to the bottom. Another Pentad Prism, so they're getting their mana up there. And our clock hasn't been the fastest this game. Spell Pierce is amazing. We really love to have counter spells in this matchup. So at this point, the Lord wouldn't have made it any faster than Metallic Mimic, so I'll play that guy. He gets a +1 counter. Swing for 6, and we're going for the win next turn. Let's see if the opponent goes for the win this turn. They've been scrying everything to the bottom. They don't have, haven't shown any of the combo pieces yet. So I'm going to let that resolve. Nothing I can do with Spell Pierce. There is a Scryland, which we're happy to see because we're hoping to keep the opponent low on mana, so Spell Pierce will be effective. Angel's Grace. And this is starting to feel good because we have a Cursecatcher that the opponent thinks they're playing around. because they, Ad Nauseam costs 5. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they've got mana up to pay for the Cursecatcher. So here's Spoils of the Vault. They didn't even have the Ad Nauseam, so this means they have even less mana, but they still have the mana up to cover Cursecatcher. So they got Ad Nauseam. Actually, I think it was the next card on the top of the deck. They didn't lose like any life from that. Okay, and here's Ad Nauseam. We're just going to go straight for the Spell Pierce, and hopefully they don't have Pact of Negation in hand. So there's the Spell Pierce, and yeah, that resolved. And we've got lethal on board, so the opponent scooped it up. Great, we got there in game 2. We had creatures, we had interaction with Natural State and Spell Pierce. The deck feeling really good in that game. Look away if you don't want to see the match result. I'm going to click now. All right, back with the third and final game. Simic Modern Merfolk against Ad Nauseam. This is a beautiful opening hand. All I need is 1 blue source to turn on these double dispels. Now, double dispel usually just means you win the game against Ad Nauseam because all of their combo pieces are, well, Ad Nauseam and Spoils of the Vault are instants, and if you can keep them off of those cards, you typically just win. So let's open up the chat over here to see what happened. With the Scry, did bottom top, pretty average. Well, there's a Natural State, so any fetch land will do now to turn on our sideboard cards. In the meantime, we're going to get our creature plan going. Okay, Dreadship, right? Dreadship Reef. Is there a ship in there somewhere? Don't think so. Don't know what a Dreadship is. I know what a Reef is. All right, so Aether Vial is going to go up. Another Aether Vial is not terrible. Can accelerate our development. But we really, really want to hit one of those fetch lands. Or just a Breeding Pool, or just a Botanical Sanctum. Opponent putting a counter on Dreadship Reef. Okay, Dark Slick Shores, and Pentad Prism. So, a little bit of ramp. And passing the turn, I'll put in my Kumena Speaker, and we'll start the beatdown next turn. Okay, Mutavault, not the land that I wanted to draw, is going to let us get Branchwalker down now. And maybe Branchwalker will get us a land. Let's see. Aether Vial definitely going in the graveyard. Hopefully getting us closer to one of those blue-green lands. We'll swing with the Speaker, and you know, these lists have been running Supreme Verdict lately out of the sideboard, and I've gotten burned a few times by getting my board wiped by Supreme Verdict. So I'm gonna hold the Lord back for the time being. More scrying, puts it on the bottom, and what's happening here? So there's the Unlife. That's fine, we have a Natural State. Easy to deal with. I'll bring the Lord in now. Now, I am weak to a board wipe, but we can push a lot of damage in the meantime. If we draw, let's see, if we pull a Lord here, we can activate and swing for 4, 4, 5, and 3. That's lethal, right? If we activate now without a Lord, that's going to be 3, 3, 4, and 2. So 12. Man, we're so close. Well, that's really ridiculous. So many good cards, but yeah, I ticked up both Aether Vials to 2 in case we drew like a Silvergill into another Silvergill. We can play everything. Any 1-drops we could have just played with Cavern of Souls, so we don't really need Aether Vial on 1. Let's activate that Mutavault. Swing for 12. It's so close. Oh, but the opponent does have an unlife. We do want to get them below 0, though. Unfortunately, it's going to take 2 more attacks. But we do have Natural State to deal with the unlife. Wow, the opponent didn't have it on that turn. So we get another shot at this. Cursecatcher really doesn't do it. They have so much mana at this point. How have we not drawn a blue or green land? So, we can attack. The opponent could have like a fog or something. Oh, there's an Angel's Grace. Means we have to attack 2 more times. Pass the turn. This is it. So the opponent has Spoils of the Vault. I'm gonna let that resolve, I guess. And got Ad Nauseam and have enough mana to cast it and pay for Cursecatcher. So yeah, that'll be the game. So I think I might have made them go through it. You know, it's part of the game online. If they misclick while they do this crazy lightning storm thing, whoa, what's happening here? Then you know, we can still kind of cheese out a win. So let's see, what are they doing here? Going the fancy pants route. So there's the Serum Visions. That was a really frustrating game because all I needed was for this cavern to be a breeding pool, and the opponent would have just been utterly shut down. I would have blown up their unlife a while ago. I would have countered their Spoils of the Vault. Yeah, I don't know. Almost definitely would have won. We would have won even if we drew another Lord instead of the Ceremonious Rejection. Actually, no, that's not true because they have the unlife. This particular match, this exact match, made me realize that in an 18-land, 2-color mana base, Cavern of Souls is too greedy. Because we really need blue and green mana to cast these sideboard spells. I mean, these things are so clutch. I drew 4 of them. Like, my deck was laughing at me here, saying, man, too many Cavern of Souls, too many Mutavaults. So after this match, I just straight up cut my Cavern of Souls and just went down to 0, putting in a couple more fetch lands. So yeah, that's it. A little bit disappointing that we didn't get there, but we learned a little bit more about how to best build the deck to function properly in Modern. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Please check out the link to my Patreon page if you'd like to support my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and tune in for the next video where I'll continue testing this fun Simic build. So I'll see you guys there. Thanks a lot. Bye.